Hello and good evening. Welcome one and all to your Tuesday night's worth of racing here on oNiD Community Racing. It is the oNiD Hound Assetto Corsa Indycar Championship, the final week for the AC season, week 6. We find ourselves here at Road America. What an iconic track for these very American cars. In the comments booth with me is, as always, a bit snuffly, but recovered from his most recent bout of freshers flu, thanks to a certain Mrs. Ben Myatt. It's Mr. Ben Myatt.
It is, yes. Managed not to catch it the first time I went to uni. She's gone back to uni and infected me. So
Retribution.
Yeah. Since we are, yes, we're here for the final week of the IndyCar Championship with a great track to finish on. It is truly a great track for these cars.
It is indeed. We are live in qualifying, a bit of a delayed start this evening, but with just under 3.5 minutes left. It is Axel Bennett on pole, followed by Karolzak, Hein, Pavot, Scott, Silver, Bevan, Kanoji, Neil, Kenkos, Beams and Wood. 12 drivers taking to the final round of this AC Championship here for season 5. 5? Yes, 5.
Yep. Yeah, and it is Axel Benno leading the Pro Championship with 139 points to 100 for James Lapavo. I'm not sure there's any way James can overhaul that points deficit to take the win. But we'll give it a go.
How's that?
In fact, no, he can't. It's straight up. Benno is the Pro Champion and likely the overall champion as well. Even more dominant is Ben Neal in the AMS, who has taken 4 wins out of 5 so far this season.
Yes.
So,
He'll be looking to continue that success. Meanwhile, Karolzak does set a very close lap time to Axel Bennett's pole time. I think there's only about 5,000 of a second between them, which is mighty interesting. Bennett not having everything his own way tonight. So we'll definitely see those guys fight away for the final bragging rights to the opportunity to take the final pole position of this championship. However, Neil, I think starting a lap actually, said I thought he was on a lap, but he's actually starting a lap. The only driver that is actually on a lap actually is Jatin Kanoji. 0.6 of a second down on the best lap time, make that 0.8 of a second. It is still a personal best. It will be an improvement if he keeps it pointing in the right direction and keeping up the momentum as he goes through into the final sector now. Goes through the penultimate turn, which is then very quickly followed by the final right-hander back up the hill to start finish straight.
great set of corners. Runs very wide, gets a snap on, and I think that's going to do that lap for him. Goes back to the pits and immediately will he goes out again. I'm not sure he's going to be able to make it round in time to get another lap in.
No, he's not at all. We've only got 1 minute 10 with a 1 minute 41 fastest lap. So 1 minute 40 fastest lap, should I say. As Andrew Scott here, Scotty themselves going through the final turn now, will then look to try and improve their time. They are on a personal best, 0.4 of a second down on the best lap time. This should put them up into the top 4 at the very least as they get to the line. It is P4.
It's P4. It's very close on the timing sheet. What is that? That's less than 2 seconds covering the top 9.
Ooh.
With 12 races in, it's definitely some pushing going on. 2 guys who were wanting to get themselves a bit further up the grid and are on laps are Ben Beams and Alex Wood. They're currently P11 and P12 respectively in their Good Smile liveries.
Indeed they are. Ben Beams not registering the time. Oh, that's not going to help his scores either.
Alex goes wide.
He does. Beams off.
And Ben Beams goes off as well.
Woods off as well. Personal best in the top 5. Scott on a personal best lap, so is Pavot, but Silver is the closest one at the minute to the pole time. Kawasaki is continuing a lap, even though he's 0.2 of a second down on the pole time as it stands. But actually finds time in the middle sector. Is now purple by 1/10 of a second. Let's see if that still was improved at all. Comes to the line. Is it going to be an improvement? It is up to 4th into the 140s. What's Kawasaki doing? He is going through the final sector now as he goes and approaches the final 10. Will he be able to hold that momentum with that 0.1 of a second in hand? Very neat and tidy going through there.
Through that last turn there. The run to the line. And across goes and pips it. But Benno is still on a lap.
He is, and he is marginally quicker. Jacob Hine as well in 3rd. Not far off as well, but not lost time in the middle sector. And Jacob Hine, I think, is going to bin that lap, and track limits interestingly wide there. We do say to drivers that you can go wide, as sort of real Indycars do on occasions, but if you're taking the mickey, you get reported as that you're in risk.
Yeah, there are certain places where you can take that risk. I think the lap might still be valid for Jacob here. And he's pushing on. I don't think it's going to threaten the top 2, but it's going to be a very good lap.
It was a good lap, and it was good enough for still P3.
Yep, and we're going to see these guys are changing their tyres already for their first stint. Alfie Bevan before the race stating it's going to be about 13 laps to a full tank.
Oh.
So we are looking at a free stopper on that maths, dependent, of course, on pace cars.
It is a very much full throttle lap here, especially going through the main start finish and back straight with that fast right hand. It is a corner, but it may as well be a straight line for these cars with the downforce they have.
I mean, how much can they rely on cautions as well? Because there are many places where they're going to have those big accidents that will cause the pace car to come out. Yeah, absolutely. We shall see. The other question, of course, 200% tyre wear, as it has been all season. Is that going to affect their strategy calls?
Well, give us another few seconds and the cars will go to the grid, and then we'll get racing for the penultimate time. No, the final time, should I say, this season.
Just about everyone changing to the primary. Oh, we have a last minuter in. Ben Hasker has joined.
Cool, so he'll start on the back of the grid.
In time. More than welcome, Ben. 13 races in for the evening.
Indeed. Final time for AC this season, as they all now do go to the grid.
The discussions in the admin channel here in this week is how exactly is Rob going to get round to lead this grid away?
I do wonder if they're going to pull off to the left side of the circuit when they let cars unlap themselves.
Well, it's him getting round to lead the cars in the first place. Chris, we know, is having trouble with his pedals, so we will not have the second pace car following the pack around like we have had on previous weeks.
Indeed.
It's going to be Rob one and done.
Indeed, we do thank our wonderful live race control for providing the safety cars and the race control for this season as well.
And they have done a sterling job this season.
Stellar. Absolutely stellar.
Yeah, I know Chris was not keen to race these cars and leapt at the opportunity to do race control.
Nice.
So we shall see only the one pace lap this time round. So it's going to be a nice, simple run around for the guys.
Gentle lap. Never had before.
And then
rolling start.
The start-finish line is at the end of the curb coming out of the last corner. So it's going to be... So from there, they're free to accelerate through there at the leader's discretion.
Yep.
The one exception being the start, where Chris will be calling the green, so that they have to maintain their 2x2 running up until that point.
Yep, absolutely. Well, the cars are getting away for their first and only... warm-up lap.
Absolutely.
As we do see that rough Porsche there from Robson, that's leading the way. And as you said, it's 13 cars. We had a last minute joiner. Yes, it is a very good looking car. Indeed it is.
Yep, that was Ben Asker coming in at the last minute. Oh, that said, is he showing on track?
13 drivers.
Yeah, but one of them is Rob. It might only be 12 in.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, so it might be 12 on the run on the actual race, but we there were 12 last week and they provided us with some bag-up racing.
Indeed, they did. So, let's see how this all unfolds for these guys are going through the first sector. And a little bit of a wait. Rob decides to pull a bit of a gap for some reason there.
Axel Benoit, I suspect, will be wanting to make it 2 wins in 2 days. Was given a bit of a closer run in this championship than he was on Monday's LMU championship.
That is correct.
So he'll be wanting to put the final stamp on the fact he's done 2 championships in 2 days.
Is a very good point. Right. Middle sector, they're just being guided through as you wait patiently for the cars to make their way around the circuit.
It is a long old lap around this long right-hander, rather. It is going to really push the grip of those tyres, especially as they get deeper into the race.
Yep, absolutely it will do, as the safety car now leading through that fast right-hander. As we've discussed previously, it is pretty much flat for these guys. I think it I don't think it even really registers as a corner for these cars.
Yeah, Rob is moving away, giving them a bit of space to do their tyre warming, get themselves going. I don't think anyone's going to push their tyres too hard on this lap. Everyone except Alex Wood and James Lapavo. Oh wait, no, I tell a lie. Everyone on the primary except Lapavo, Bevan, Beams and Wood, who have gone with the softer alternate tyre. So they are looking to be attacking at the start.
For the final time this season, it is going to be a rolling start for our 46 lap race. Pit stops will most definitely be needed, and into the multiples, not just 1 or 2, we're expecting potentially 3 or 4, as Rob pulls into the pits. Karolzak and Bennett lead them away down the start-finish straight. Is now green as they're getting away fairly early, actually. Karolzak pulls away as in the background Jacob Hine already on the push to pass, making a move up from 3rd, getting past Bennett for 4th, and now we see Karolzak now having to defend in the inside, around the outside of Jacob Hine, but there's contact, there's a snap, and there's a crash.
Yeah, that was a very ambitious move on the outside, and it's not worked for Jacob on this occasion.
It hasn't at all.
No pace car.
No pace car. Pace car remains 0. We'll go back to leaders. Karolzak now leading the way. Bennett in 2nd, right on the tail as they go down into this next tight left-hander. Into now what is the 2nd sector, inside line of Karolzak, able to defend, locks the brakes, and then it's the over-under for Bennett as he comes up the inside, and that is moved down for the lead. A little bit of a nudge as they come together, still fighting away. Bennett gets a massive wheel spin on exit.
That's James Lapavo looking on the outside there.
Puts that in, indeed, a 3-way battle, now even a 4-way battle, as now Silver looking to make a move up the inside, thinks better of it, right at the last minute, backs out the move, costs him time to Scott behind, however, as Scott is looking to close that position as well, but for now, the only real big casualty there, Jacob Hine.
Yep, it's last day of term, isn't it? Everyone's going mad. I'll tell a lie, you know who has got it in time and got going? He's going to be a lap down, but he's here and he's taking part, and we love him for it. It's Ben Asker.
Bennett up the inside for the race lead. Karolzak side by side going through the S's now as they go up to the penultimate turn, and then into the final one. That is lead change for Axel there, getting up into the lead position. Karolzak will stay there, but Pavo is quite close behind on the push to pass. I'm going to have a slipstream into the main straight.
Alex Wood off into the gravel at the back at the final turn. Cuts down, but he's going to have Jacob Hine coming through to take P11 from him.
It's indeed, and Karolzak's back up the inside into turn 1. And that's a spin, that's Silver.
Gets himself cleared.
Yeah, unfortunate for him, that's going to be a drop down the order. Ben Askley said it's still going. No safety car called as of yet, as the leaders are now fighting away once more. Karolczak on push to pass, now going to defend the inside line into the next left-hand turn. On the outside, Chris, it's Bennett on the outside trying to make it make the move work. The outside line will still be the outside line for the next day. It's not going to be any luck there, as now Pavone wants to have a nibble at second position as well.
Rolling all over the back of Bennett is James Lapavo. I think this might be the widest track these guys have had to play with all season, and they are making the most of it. They are fighting left, right, and centre.
Indeed,
and Scotty is lurking behind this top three fight, just waiting for her moment to get involved.
Indeed, they are. That was off for Jack and Kanoji racing from India. Goes off the circuit in the middle sector and loses time and loses position to Kankos actually for the stuff that now has to defend from Ben Beams behind, who's on a push to pass, but not close enough to make a move as of yet. They go through the fast right-hander down into the next right-hander in the second sector. There'll be the inside line with push to pass and slipstream for Ben Beams, and that looks like move done and dusted. Can Kanoji come back? He's going to try the over-under on the outside line. The outside line won't be favourable there, and he'll have to fight back along through the final turn. However, I think this battle is going to continue, but Ben Beams looks to be relatively safe in that position.
Yep, softer tyres and push to pass lets Ben Beams make the move. This is third in the AMS at the moment.
Contact!
Ooh, that was big.
That was... it was definitely with Kanoji. Might have been a bit of a lag spike from...
I think that was definitely something connection based, because that car exploded.
It was indeed. I don't think that it was complete. The rise there was Beans, but he's dropped down the order regardless. Thankfully no damage on. They can get going straight away. Safety car remains in.
Yeah, nothing blocking the track, so there's no need to get the pace car out as of yet. Ben Brown in the chat saying, "What a track, damn straight."
Yeah,
it is a great finale for these guys.
Oh, Scotty's off. Sorry to interrupt.
Scotty's round.
But was looking like a challenging position for the top three. Now it's dropped to 7th in the midfield.
It's only dropped a couple of positions, but the time on track has not gone Scotty's way there.
Absolutely not. So they'll be looking to retake that position, and up at the lead is Karolczak leads away, but there's actually there's a sizable chunk of time between Karolczak and Venot for first and second position. Real battle now is at this point in the race forming up as of the best of the rest kind of battle. Second, third, and fourth quite close together as they go on to the start-finish straight. And a slipstream will play a part here. No push to pass is being used apart from the leader Ben.
Karolczak's using it.
Well, Karolczak, yes.
He's burning push to passes to build that gap.
He is. Wood in 9th also on a push to pass. So he's got 4 activations left, so he is definitely burnt through his push to passes, trying to make moves up the field. As in the bottom of the Silver making a move past Kanoji, and Kanoji looking back on the outside, but can't do anything for turn 2. As that goes deep.
Oh, comes back on the inside, down towards the cheese bridge, and chops the nose off Zach Silver there.
He goes, nose? What nose? You don't need a nose.
Yeah, defensive move there from Kanoji, forcing Zach to the outside line down into the left-hander.
It's doable if you give each other space. There's a
little bit of a nudge.
Bit of a competitive nudge, shall we say.
It's the kind of move that will have various McLaren fanboys up in arms, that.
Now. Ben Asker sadly back
into wheel bag, the worst thing ever. Ben Asker is in the pits at the moment.
That may be an early pit stop where he's had an issue, as we see Alfie Beaver now looking around the outside of Bennett for third on that alternate
resuming their rivalry from LMU nights.
Absolutely. Alfie on that alternate tyre will have the grip, but that grip may start to die off sooner than the primary tyre runners of Karolczak and Bennett. Lapavo also on the alternate too.
It definitely will. He's going to have to shoot no push to pass usage. Look at that. Alex Wood is already down to 2 push-to-passes.
Oh, interesting.
He has burnt those to catch up to the back of the pack.
He has. He's going to leave himself compromised the rest of the race, however. Which is a shame, because he'll need those to defend positions. I'm going to go onto the back straight, and he stays put. Doesn't use another one as of right now, but yeah, maybe a bit trigger happy, perhaps.
Now, who do you reckon's praying for a pace car at the moment?
Oscar. And Wood.
Ben Oscar's not really in it. He's 2 laps down, and he's sat in the pit. So I think his day is done. I think Ben Beams probably wants a pace car to bring it up, and probably Angela Scott as well, to let them bring that fight back in.
Yeah, I can agree on that. Actually, that's a very good point. So we'll see what happens with them, but yeah, it's all calm for now. Leader's getting away well. Almost 2 seconds is the gap between first and second. But the real battle, I'm surprised. I appreciate Axel here is on the primary tyre, maybe lasting a little bit longer, but not as much grip. Where Beaver is on that alternate tyre, gets the grip, but then they will end up dying off sooner. Maybe that overlap between the primary and the alternate tyres isn't quite there as of yet. The alternate one is still giving good life and good pace and good grip for the drivers over the primary tyre.
If the alternate can survive to that first pit window and still be reasonably racy, then that's all you need, really. Alex Wood in the pits. That's a very early stop. 7 laps in. He must not be liking those alternates.
Well, he's had a bit of an adventure with them, let's say, so I'm not going to be surprised.
They're not required to run both compounds, so it's entirely at their own discretion when they stop and what tyres they run.
That is absolutely fair. We'll keep an eye on that and see what Wood comes back out on. I have a feeling maybe the primary. We'll keep an eye on that.
It is indeed, yeah. Primary tyres.
They're looking to go
sticking laps, they head out.
Yeah, looking to go a bit more deeper into the race than he previously planned with those alternate tyres, but the primary ones should offer him a bit more grip. Should offer him a bit more time. Longevity, should I say? Yes. Oh,
well,
fancy
James
word.
James Lapavo's starting to drop off the back of Jan Karolzak.
He is. I'm not sure
Alvin
how much we
Bevan,
really
however, is still right all over the back of Axel Benno, who's trying to chase James down.
He is indeed. However, I do wonder how much of that is the slipstream. He's able to stay in the slipstream, make those tyres.
Will help the tyre life as well.
Yeah, pretty much. Not overly attacking per se. Let's jump on board. Is he lifting?
Not quite close enough yet. Has a cheeky look, just lets Axel know he's there, but no move made yet. He's able to hold on at the moment, but he's not. I don't think he's got the grip to actually close up right now.
No, I don't think so either. That's the slipstream definitely helping him, but I do have a feeling that this race may be a race of attrition. Never mind, he goes for it.
Oh, never mind.
Alternate tyres, no issue.
No, I call that one of the I missed my braking point special, but
Oh, cool. Oh, that's a wide moment from Bennett.
Yeah, a little bit unsettled maybe after getting absolutely dived past by Alfie Bevan there.
That was...
Great move. If you make it stick, it's 0 or hero, and he definitely made it a hero moment.
That was a bit of a I'm coming through whether you like it or not. Good move, nonetheless, gets the race done. Both drivers give each other space to allow them to race. And that is now podium position for Alfie. And again, the alternate tyre looking, still looking pretty nifty.
It's not doing too badly, and if it can survive those 13 laps Alfie reckons is the absolute limit of the fuel tank with a reasonable amount of grip, then that means you can run alternates and run the fast tyre the whole rest of the race.
Well, I'm sure he'll probably be trying to do that. It might be the most ideal strategy for this race this evening. I'm
starting to puckishly hope that Chris throws a cheeky competition caution for us to close them up a bit.
Would he do that?
Oh, someone's offering us cheap viewers. It's like that's a terrible besmirchment of our viewers.
How very rude. And Bennett's gone off. Ben Neal up into fourth.
He has indeed. Oh no, someone else got him. It's hard to ban people from the mobile interface.
Oh dear. As Scott now catching on again. Oh, well, I'd say it's a primary tyres. They're all on the primary tyres now, all the way down to Ben Bean's 11th. He's just made a pit stop earlier on. Yeah. Our championship winner is suffering. One reason or another.
I think he's just got himself a little bit unsettled. He spent about the last 3 weeks running away on his own on the Monday nights. Yeah. Now he's in the wars on the Tuesday.
Interesting. We'll see what he can do as he goes down into the middle sector and goes through this right-hander. Very tricky right-hander, this one. You've got to get it right. You can carry a lot of speed through. If you run too wide, though, it can cost you.
Yeah, especially if you tag that grass on the outside, it will deeply unsettle your car.
Yes. Ooh. Another wobble there for Bennett on exit at the final turn that we just jumped to.
He's pushing very hard, isn't he? 1:48 that lap. He's lost 5 seconds there. I wonder if he has burned through these primaries and he's just trying to max them out to get to the end of his stint.
Potentially. Kanoji also on a push to pass. Not near enough Silver to make a move as yet. Maybe just trying to close that gap down a little bit and get a bit of extra power to do so. However, Alfie is getting closer to Pavot.
He will have saved a little bit of tyre life running in the slipstream of Benot. And that might just be all he needs to close up on James Lepave now.
Possibly. We shall see. But that gap is definitely slowly closing down. The gap opening between first and second is equally opening up pretty much at the same rate. As these alternate tyres probably now coming away from the drivers, as potentially maybe have been able to save a little bit and get close up to Pavo and maybe challenge for a second before the first pit stop.
Yep, closing inch by inch. That 8/10 gap coming down by hundredths and thousandths, but it's not super massive.
It is.
He's made a big chunk of time out of the last corner there.
Has indeed, and also battle for 5th and 6th. Scotty's really on the back of Bernot now for 5th, our former race leader.
7 tenths between them as they charge down towards turn 1. Scott with the push to pass advantage just by 1, but that might be all she needs to get a move done at this rate.
We will just stick with this battle as Beaver is right on a tail Pavot, and that is...
And making the move gets it done.
Slipstream now. Don't think that's push to pass.
No push to pass usage. Alfie hasn't used any of his yet.
Oh, that's a twitch on exit though, so he's going to have to be careful with his tyres. Getting potentially a little bit...
it's getting dicey.
It is getting a little bit, yes. Just a little bit. Not too long before we're expecting some of these guys to make a first pit stop. We'll just wait and see what happens with them, what tyres they go on, what the strategy is. All that to be confirmed in the very near future. The leader's going down into a couple of last turns now. Will they? We said about 13 laps. It's not tyre dependent as such, really. It's fuel.
No, it's fuel.
Yeah.
This lap is basically flat out for the entirety of the for well, for big chunks of it, you're going at full space. With the downforce these cars have, you're turning at full throttle.
There may be a possibility then that we only see a pit stop for fuel if those, especially those primary tyres, if they're lasting, maybe I'll take another stint out of them.
If the alternates are still good and good enough, the soft tyres, why would you not take them?
Yeah.
Because then you've got the faster tyre and you're still going to be on making the stop anyway.
Yeah, spot on. Absolutely.
I think Rob's probably bored at this point. He's been sat in the pits for 12 laps.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, Scotty turns it.
Oh, no.
Spins round off the side of the track.
It's away with it and we'll continue.
Yeah, no movement from the pace car.
Very good indeed. Scotty now has, however, dropped down to the loathsome 9th position, right on a tail, when equally recovering Zach Silver.
Yeah, both of them having had their issues early on are now fighting from the back, but and now they're fighting each other as Scotty tucks in behind Zach to try and eyeball those places back.
And that is indeed what they're going to try and do. So,
they come around the long run down through the forest towards the towards that sharp right-hand braking zone. Great piece of track, this.
is indeed. All depends on the grip that the car can give. But can't do anything as of yet. Things are starting to calm down a little bit. The closest battle we have is between like, well, actually, Silver in the pits and Kankos as well.
Kankos in the pits as well. Both of them making that dive. Dead on lap 13. As the prophecy foretold.
As Hear. Lap 13 will bring the cars into the pitly. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't know what that last bit was, to be honest, man.
I don't either. That was me trying to be fancy. As Kankos clearly Silver on the pits for their first pit stop, so they said bang on the start of lap 13 that they came into the pits as predicted.
So you'd think Karolzak will be looking to pit in. Now, there should be one, by my maths, there should be one short stint at the end. So Beams and Wood have probably got that out of the way already with their early stops. Because they had incidents, did a stop to get themselves on a contra strategy. They could make it work to the end. Karolzak with a big wobble there down into the right-hander.
It was. They're going to go through the final turn. Will it be a pit stop this time round? No.
No.
Even no. Pavo,
no.
Yes. The P3. Oh, Blazer spins the pit lane.
There's a bit of a bump at the start of the pit lane.
That's not going to help his cause. Neil also into the pits as well.
I mean, it was stylish, if nothing else. It's not cost him anything because it's being a Assetto Corsa. It's not a manual pits limiter. It's auto slows you. So he got air and then just carried on.
And Carl went, "Nope, what are you doing? I'm slowing down. Even if I'm in the air, I'm slowing down. What are you doing?"
Full 360'd and landed the right way round.
Absolutely. So now all rides on to the top three now.
Gets stopped and comes out on the alternates. Ben Neal comes out on the primaries.
Ooh. Okay.
Of course, I think he's not thinking about this battle ahead of him. He's looking at the guys behind him, who he's fighting for the AM honours.
Yeah, big time. But for now, you do wait for the top four. Actually, I don't think I've seen Jacob Pine in a pit yet.
No, Jacob is a little bit off the back of this. It has been recovering after that first lap first lap chaos.
Indeed, and Kankos finding the grass after turn 2. Safety car stays put.
Yeah.
And the race continues as the race leader is now
in. Hits that jump and goes over the line and gets it slowed down in time.
Alfie in
Bevan
2.
as well. Axel Benno goes through into the lead.
It does.
Has Axel stopped?
No.
I'm trying to remember. He might be able to make another lap out of it.
Scott also into the pits too. That's the top 4. Minus Axel here. And Axel is pushing. He's on a push to pass. He's looking for that time.
Yeah. He's going to burn up that push to pass, try for this undercut.
Yeah.
Under, over, one of the two.
Overcut.
That's the one.
Stay out longer than your competitors to try and get a competitive edge.
Yes.
I don't know where that came from. Beaver and Pavo leaving the pits as well. They're both quite close together after the pit stop. Only 0.2 second behind, and they're going to be fighting very, very shortly, I do think. And that will be for net P2. If Bennett can't get the time out ahead of the rest of the field. I don't think he's going to be able to.
I'm not sure he's done enough. He might be making up enough. I think he might be thinking long term. Get that extra lap in, and then have to take less at the end, which will give him a better pit stop strategy.
Potentially. Well, he does come through the final couple of corners. Will he dive for the pits this time? And he has to. Surely he's going to be running on fumes.
Absolutely, especially with a push to pass. So, yep, comes in. I mean, with the there's the jump, but hanging around with his gearbox there. Yeah. He had 25 seconds back to Karolzak as he came into the pits. We shall see where he sits once he comes out. But Karolzak's on the pit straight now, and Benno's only just stopped.
Oh, so it's not going to be race retaining lead. It's going to be a change of leader once more. I believe Pavo's also going to make that move as well. So is Beaven, as Bernot gets out of the pit box now. Here comes Neil, actually. So going to be under third from Neil, and again drops down to 5th. Yeah.
I think he's thinking long term here. He's looking at that long strategy. Runs a little bit wide off turn 1. That's forgivable, but that means everyone has cleared off their mandatory stop. So now it's strategy only. Ben Beams with another pit stop.
Interesting stuff.
This might be in sync because he's been off strategy, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Had those early incidents, so he might just be coming in to do his actual strategy stop now.
Quite possibly, yes. We do continue nonetheless, as I said, after the first round of pit stop, Karolzak retains lead from Pavo to Beaven to Neil to Bennett, Silver High, and Scott Kanodu, Kankos, Wood, being sadly Ben Asker still in the pits, will be well and truly out this race. I've just seen a message in our Discord community that he has had wheel issues as Alfie, very wide for a moment, putting 2 wheels on the grass. And that was almost what in the world are you doing? Are you falling asleep at the wheel kind of moment?
Absolutely. That's gutty for Ben Asker there, because he turns up to absolutely everything, takes part in every single event, and it's he's going to be very annoyed at not being able to take part in this one, I think, because he just loves driving out on circuit.
He does indeed. And speaking of driving, Alfie drives the car past Pavo. No push pass needed, all done on the slipstream, up into 2nd position.
8 seconds nearly off the back of Johan Karolzak. All of them are on alternate tyres now. So it's it's a straightforward race. They're going to have to close Johan down.
Indeed, they are. We do wait and see if Pavo can make another mount at the charge at P2, but I think for now he's going to stay put in third, and the gap is already open to 0.8 of a second, so Alfie is relatively safe for that position for now. Right, what's happening up and down the field? Nothing that's really happening, really. We've seen Woods in the pits, as we said, for his potentially scheduled pit stop. Actually, no, that's a different driver. That was someone else. The scheduled pit stop almost floors the throttle and puts it into the wall. But we'll get going once more on, and around the outside is Ben Beans going back up into 11th. That's a position made back. Oh, Ben Beans going very deep through turn one. That was how much of the track do you want to use, and how much of the wall do you want to use almost?
Yeah, it was nearly a clash of the Hatsune Mikos there.
No idea.
What is a Hatsune Miku?
I have questions.
The good smile livery. It is the anime girl on the front. She is what is known as a virtual idol, and I'm loath to try and explain the concept at this point.
Huh.
Basically, she's a pop star, but she's not a real person. But that's it. I think that's about most pop musicians, so, you know.
Sure.
Alex Wood is looking very twitchy as he goes through the right hand there on that very, very ambitious change of subject. That's a big spin.
Yeah, that is massive.
Round. He's in the middle of the track.
Let's go in now.
Go on. No, and Rob, stay still. Curses.
Curses.
It would absolutely throw a spanner in the works if they...
I wouldn't mind.
No, I would not object to a composition caution.
It's a thing of Grand Prix racing or Ropeable racing, isn't it? Once you get a spread out field, they usually remain spread out until it pits off or someone has a crash.
I just wonder if it's worth messaging Chris saying competition caution.
No, don't do that. I mean, I can't control what you do, Ben, but sure, but no. Oh dear. As everyone does come across the line for the 17th time of asking, 18th time of asking, should I say. We are on to lap 18, nearing the halfway mark of this evening's race for the final time this season. And we see Pavo in third position. Just actually push the pass, trying to close the gap to the even, potentially.
Yeah, there is still fights going on here. There's a little bit of a spread out through this pit phase. But Jacob Hine actually starting to close down Zach Silver just 2 seconds off the back of the Linux-loving Silver in front.
Yeah, absolutely. As is now. Oh, Woods had a spin, however, was off the circuit down into turn 4. But is able to keep it.
Yeah, he's got himself recovered. He's looking a bit sketchy. When did he last pit?
Fairly recently. Oh, he's done the same again. Round again into the wall, and oh, he is able to get going, and does rejoin. He's having issues.
His car is on track.
Oh, okay. Is that a message from you by any chance? Anyway. Safe car is on track. So it's happened that we haven't spotted. Other than that, the leader will catch up with the safety car and then close the field back up once more.
It might have been that there's been a few accidents coming up. It might be a case of close them up, get them reset, and get them going again.
As a leader pits.
Well, you would. It's free pit stop.
Yeah. So
ironically, I did jokingly ask Chris if he would do a competition because he said not a competition safety car. Wood was off track, not far in front of the leaders, and had been irregular the prior lap.
Okay. That's fair. They're calling the safety car just purely because Alex would have some issues and the leaders are about to lap, so that does make sense as And the top
Yeah,
four
if
all
the
in the
car's
pits.
looking a bit sketchy, let's everyone get another pit stop out of the way, get some fresh rubber on.
Axel in lead now, but that lead will slowly be reduced because of the safety car. And I think Axel, if he did want to pit from P1, he missed his opportunity.
Ooh.
That
But even then, he can take a stop and still. Didn't he pitted later than everyone else? Didn't he? So and he's on the primary tyre.
Indeed, I think there is a lap car actually of Ben Beams in between P1 and P2, which is indeed. There's loads of pit stops now happening. It's Scott Silver, Kankos, and Kanoji all elected to come into the pits.
Everyone taking advantage to get fresh rubber on the car.
And get going once more.
But this will pace cars shake up races, and it's a good time to have one.
Tis indeed. So,
I will say, to avoid all doubt, Chris is very honest. He will have been looking at it as this is a pace car to deal with an accident and a car who's having a rough time on track. It will not have been a competition caution.
no, absolutely not. So that's absolutely fair, and I think that makes perfect sense. Especially if that car was about to be lap run leaders having some issues, gives them the chance to go back to the pit, sort out any issues they may have, and then we can get racing once more. At 20 laps and 26 more laps to go, it is Bennett leads the way to Kawasaki, Beaven, Pavo, Hine, Neil, Silver, Scott, Kanoji, Kankos, and Woodbees, and sadly Asker still in the pits. The 12 drivers running.
Yeah. Ben Beams is going round and taking a lap back on Alex Wood is not yet a lap down, so I think he will come round. We'll wait for the two good small cars to get up to the back of the pack, and then we'll get going. And the cars are still a bit strung out, so they're going to take a little while just to gather up the geese, as it were.
Indeed. Yeah, Dave Wood very much still on the same lap.
Alex Wood. Dave Wood's doing coaching at the moment. He's
Alex Woods. Alex Woods. There's too many Woods.
We've all done it. I think of how many Bens there are in this night now. Ben Asker, Ben Beams, Ben Neal,
Ben 22. Well, he's not racing tonight, but
he joins in occasionally. So
oh my god. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to confuse me.
Yes, at any given time we could have up to 5 Bens in the server. It is peak Ben.
One of us. What now? As we just wait for the lap cars to catch up to the back of the field, Wood shouldn't be that far off. Well, actually, it's quite far off from Hancock.
They are going to have to get a push on to get them back. It will be at Chris's discretion whether they're allowed to get right up to the back or whether he says that's enough time. You need to. If you can't get there, we're just going to get going again.
That may be the case. As going through the final turn, they're going now actually starting the middle sector is Kankos and rest of the field. But he's also struggling to keep up a little bit as well.
Yeah, they are slowed right up. Oh, I don't know. I think they've decided to start speeding up to keep the warmth in the tyres.
Yep.
They're not going to be far off the back. Ben Beams is going to be a little bit behind, but
yes.
But at the rate we're going to have to slow the pack right up to get them on the back of the cars in front.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we shall see.
Indycar does now pull away. It's now Bennett leads the way for the restart. He's on the primary tyre, so the tyre can last a little bit longer. He's been able to save a little bit of fuel because of the safety car period, I would imagine. As not all the field is playing catch up.
It will have done a little bit of their. It will have done them a little bit of good. It'll extend their stints slightly, but they will have lost a lot of tyre temperature behind the pace car. Now let's see. I think Rob will be pulling off. Yeah, Rob is gone. It is Axel Benno who assumes the control of the race. It will be his discretion when he chooses to go. It will be out of this last corner as they come round. They cannot pass until they get to the end of that curb. Oh, wait, no, they're still... Oh, no, yeah, he has gone. It was just the trick of the camera.
Yep, absolutely. So Axel gets away well in the background. Kawasaki already uses a push to pass to try and make a move. He's always 3 wide in the background for Pavo, Beaver and Hein. As they fight their way through turn 1, it is Kawasaki that takes the lead. And in the background is Car sliding!
Well held. It's not what you wanted for position, but it was a well held drift there from Jacob Hein.
Lucky boy. lucky boy was Jacob there as he goes through turn 2. He'll go down into the back straight and he'll be under threat from Silver and Scott. They're almost going to go 3 wide. They are going 3 wide into turn 4. On the inside is Jacob and a wanted Indycar sandwich as Zach Silver just about makes the corner. And there's, that's an interesting move from Scotty. I don't think they're a little bit blind to the fact that Kanoja was behind him.
Yeah, I think that was car alongside, but she was having to avoid the grass on the inside.
And Kanoja's off into the wall.
That's Kanoja off.
His contact, they are going to keep going, however. As we see Silver now holding with 7th position, getting it from Scotty and Kankos as well. The fight is on for the midfield. However, up ahead it is Carroll's that leads away now by a good chunk, 1.2 seconds. But however, it's Bennett, Pavo, Beaver in your next nearest battle. All these 3 drivers are looking for best of the rest.
Yeah, and they all their tyres are similar tyre life. Beno on the slower tyre though, the primary compound. So it will be Lapavo and Bevan looking to get past him as quickly as possible. They tear out the final corner. James on the push to pass.
Bit moreover, just defending from Beaver behind, or also trying to get past Pavo too. So serving both purposes here. He goes to tries to think so, goes to the side. There's a little jink, wasn't there, from Pavo, who thought about it and backed out of it right at the last moment.
Yeah, his push to pass is on cooldown.
He has got
the cooldown's not very long, to be honest.
It isn't. Alfie now in the slipstream, desperate to try and make a move. Benno keeps the line defensive. Oh, there's an Indycar-sized gap for Alfie there. So Pavo elects to try and only give him just enough room to make the move. That's moved on for P3.
Yeah, great move from Alfie. I believe it was a picture perfect as the one that he did the first time round, but this time he's right on the back of Benno as they go into the horseshoe.
Indeed, it is.
That little dip of the throttle just to keep the car pointed in the right direction as they go through.
Absolutely, indeed, as the battle's still on here. Alfie not dropping Pavo, but equally not being dropped by Benno either for P2. So, as we said, this fight for best of the rest is well and truly on. In the midfield, Silver and Scott, 7th and 8th are reasonably close together as well. They'll be fighting very shortly for position as these 2nd, 3rd and 4th are now almost nose to tail. Let's see what Scotty's been up to, trying to get that hunt down Zach Silver. Jacob Hein in 6th. Behind Neil for 5th, using the push to pass, but he's not near close enough to make a move. This is probably just to try and close that gap a little bit, to try and make a move in the next few corners. He's on that push to pass that lasts for 60 seconds.
I don't think it's quite that long. I haven't actually timed it, to be honest. But the cooldown's really quick from the looks of it.
Absolutely rapid. And immediately Jacob's high and push to pass expired, and now he's got another one available for him. If he chooses to wish it down into this next left-hander. I don't think he does.
It does explain how Alex Wood was able to burn through his quite that quickly.
That's a good point.
The battles have reformed now. It's exactly what we wanted from that pace car period. And it's Alfie Bevan closing on Axel Benno. But the longer he's held up behind him on the softer tyre, the longer he's having to defend from James Lapavo in 4th.
Yes, absolutely so. He needs to get this move done and dusted sooner rather than later if he wants to try and keep Pavo behind a car in between himself and that fourth placed driver. Slipstream now going into the final sector. It's a right-hander. Will he dive up the inside later on the brakes? You know he can do it, and he tries to go for it.
Looks it. It's hard to make an overtake stick there.
It is indeed. Let's wait until 10-4, where he has been able to do it previously. He'll probably set this up going into the final turn. It's a little bit more shallower than the car ahead. Remains in the slipstream. Uses up pretty much the same amount of curbing on exit has been up ahead of him. And now it is going to be just sticking in the slipstream for now.
Great racing from this three. Pavo looks to the left-hand side, looks to the outside. If they come through and runs it a bit wide, that will have cost him a bit of space. But Alfie is right under the gearbox of Axel Benno's car there.
Dive into turn 4 again.
He's going to be on it. No, will he get on the push to pass or will he do it on the slipstream again? Benno defending very early, blocking that line off.
Oh, Alfie thinks about it.
Oh.
Overrun though.
I think he unnerved. I think that was the mind punt.
It was indeed. It looked like he was going to go dive, do like a mantle, go back up the inside again. Yeah. But it just figured out he did it a little bit too late, and there was a rear right wheel of Benno's car in the way.
Just unnerved Benno enough that he was able to get back up on the exit and get the inside run out into the next left-hander.
Yep, absolutely. So it's Alfie up into P2. It's Axel, James, Ben, Jacob, Zach, Scotty, Kankos, Kanoji, your top 10. As Kanoji just made a move on Wood for position for Alex Wood there, dropping down to 11th. We'll stay put in 11th for now, as the battles are still brewing in the midfield.
Indeed, nothing is settled yet. Alfie Bevan has taken a second out of Johan Karolzak over the course of this lap.
Has indeed. It's not that.
No, didn't pit, did he? He's on the primary.
Yes,
his tyres have got to be getting a little bit long in the tooth.
Yeah, but how is this fuel tank handling it though? That's the thing. I don't necessarily think we're tyre critical here. I think it's more the taste of the...
Oh, Jacob Hine off into the wall.
Oh, that's a big one as well. All the way off the circuit.
That was a big one. He's slightly stuck there. No movement from the safety car.
Oh, that will mean he'll drop down the order. Scotty, however, still on the back of Zach Silver. Oh, Scotty's looped it. Oh, saves it.
Sure, well held. Well held, Scotty.
Well, that's going to hurt any form of progress that they've made to try and get back past Silver for 6th position. They'll remain in 7th and have a further chance, I'm sure, in the race to make another move if it does come about to them. Bernard now 2 seconds down from Alfie Bevan, and Alfie's closed the gap to almost 2.93 seconds now, as Pavo on that alternate tyre now looking quite handy to try and make a pass and make a move past for Bernard here.
But now he's looking very defensive. He's sitting in the middle of the track, making you making the drive behind have to commit to whichever line they're going to go. He's not actively blocking, but he's positioning his car where he wants it to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big snap for James Lapavo there. And that will cost him. And that's Ben Neal on the attack.
It is.
For P4 overall for our new AM champion.
I do wonder if that activation of push to pass gave him a little bit more power than he wasn't expecting. Lit up the rear wheels and had a half spin. As that is a push to pass now wasted. 5 activations left.
It has allowed him to defend from Ben Neal, who's looking very racy. Yeah, he's definitely going up to pros the next season, we do. 4 wins out of 5, and he's looking for another one in the AM today. He's definitely going straight to pros.
Yes, that is Jacob Hine into the pits for his second pit stop, if I recall correctly.
It will be about on time as well. they've saved a couple of laps of fuel, but this is about where we were looking with that 13-lap run.
Yes, indeed.
Excuse me.
Oh, excuse you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As Neil and Pavel looking reasonably close to one another, and Pavel not too far behind Axel there for P3, but obviously not being able to make any sorts of inroads as it stands.
It's starting to close back up on Benno here. About a second between them, but that little snap will have made his tyres less than cooperative, I suspect.
I also agree, as I just dropped my mouse, so I don't have control of the stream in a minute. There we go.
It's a good thing we're focused on the main battle then, isn't it?
It is, right? How handy.
He's right on the back of these two. Has a big advantage in push to passes over Lepavo in front.
He does, as...
Last lap was a 42.0 for Johan and a 42.2 for Alfie. So it might be that Alfie is starting to lose that tyre advantage he had.
Quite potentially. So...
I know, at 43.3 the last lap, so he is really struggling at the moment. And without having... Given that he didn't pit in order to gain track advantage, it's going to... he's having to really ask a lot of these primary tyres.
Yeah, big time, so we'll see what happens. We have a change of position, however. That's Ben Beams dropping down into 12th position. Jacob Hine making the move past him for 11th.
They drop down into the chute as they start running down there. It's got to be getting... The cars are going to be getting lighter as well as that fuel burns off, so they're going to be getting nimble, but they're going to be getting snappy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see how long those tyres can hold up, but for now, we're not making it work. On that alternate tyre, only 0.5 of a second now, but behind Axel Bennett for the 3rd position.
Let's have a look at the last laps. Alfie marginally quicker on the last lap by a couple of tenths, but it's not... That gap isn't shrinking.
No, it is not. So he needs to try and find some form of time somehow.
I think it's gonna have to be through a pit stop strategy call.
I also agree.
But these guys are going to fight on track and fight hard, and it's... As well as James Lepavo and Axel Benno, we've got Angela Scott closing right up on Zach Silver.
Indeed, and that battle is starting to brew once more. For now, we'll just quickly stick with this. We'll skip it on that 6th and 7th position battle as well as... Oh, Pavel is wide!
James runs wide.
That is certainly not going to help.
Anything. He lost a couple of attempts and he's immediately gained them back.
Interesting. As it did go wide and did lose time, but yeah, he's very much so. Must have just been the tyres that gripped and managed to get the acceleration back out of the corner, perhaps.
Alex Wood makes a stop. Comes back out into 12th place. He has been suffering this race. But he is pushing onwards and sticking with it.
Indeed. Now, pit stops are coming up once more, so we are going to keep an eye on that. What I also want to notice is that Ben Neal is closing in for this battle for P3 as well.
Yeah, he's not escaping. Gets a good launch out the last corner, but he's not getting away from Lepavo, who is on those fresher alternate tyres.
Is indeed, and we'll look to try and use them up wisely. But you also got to bear in mind that behind him, Neil is lurking in the wings.
Yep, Neil is on the primaries, but I think we're starting to get that crossover of performance where the alternates are dropping, but the primaries are staying.
Yeah.
And that's helping Benno defend and helping Neil attack.
Indeed. So, Axel P3 now looking to defend from 2 racy drivers in the background as well. Zach Silver on the tail of... Oh, sorry, I stand corrected. Scotty on the tail of Zach Silver, and Scotty's round!
Yeah, and that's not a great place. Gets its half spun to rejoin. No movement from the pace car this time round.
Absolutely. Since you jumped to Angela, we
are a curse, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It is an issue, isn't it?
But back up at the front, it is still James Lapavo trying to chase down Axel Benno.
Is indeed, and is half a second between the two, so the gap is maintaining, and lap times near enough identical down to the 10th of a second. So tit for tat times basically as it stands, but
yeah,
they're not associated with the gap between him and second is actually opened up, or well opened up to 6.7 seconds as Pavot looks to have half decent run going through turn 2.
Alfie is not gaining time on Johan Karazai. That gap has been around that 3-second mark ever since Alfie got clear of Benno.
Indeed, it has just dropped below 2.8 now as Kankar side by side with Scotty, a recovering Scotty, will make the move up for 7th position.
Will indeed, and Kankar's discretion bet part of Valor, I think, knows Scotty is probably in a faster car and does not want to get too involved in the battles. He is on for his for P2 in his second podium of the AM races. So he'll want to be keeping hold of that.
Yeah, they're going to love that. As the cars slow down, going into the final sector, penultimate turn coming up. And there is that. 0.3 of a second is now the gap between Pavo and Bellot for position. However, it does look like... Oh, Bellot's coming to the pits!
Yep, I think it is time. That's probably about in line with where it would be, and that should be possibly his final stop.
Oh, 14 laps.
He's been doing about 14 laps. He's managed to save his tyres and fuel.
Finds his pit box nicely.
And if everyone else has to do another stop...
Just keep an eye on those tyres, see if you can tell if he's gone on to alter or primes, or just stick with the onboard and see what happens.
Primaries. He is going to the end. He's got himself dialed in and knows exactly where he wants to put that car for the finish.
Yep. Indeed.
So he will now just wait for everyone else to pit out of his way.
Yeah, essentially, it's going to be a fight back through the field to get the undercut. Put the tyres that are going to last on, and then just suck up any maybe tyre advantage the others may have around him, whether that be a lap 2 or 3. Should be able to defend.
Getting a little bit of spread in the field now. Ben Neal still trying to chase down James Lapavo, but has dropped off by about a second here.
What are the leaders going to do?
If they're going to pit, it's got to be within the next couple of laps to make that window work for them.
Yeah, big time.
It might not be worth going yet. If their alternates are still good and they're still happy with them, keep them for a couple more laps.
Yeah.
And then you're in the position where you can go straight to the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
See what people can do. Jatin Kanoji in the pits. And again, that's dead on for finishing the race. So that will give Axel Benno P8, and then it's just going to have to wait as everyone else pits out of his way, really.
Yeah, big time. So we'll see what happens as Bernard does get that position plan working so far. As oNiD goes to pits for his tyres, and fuel would be his last pit stop, that is for sure. And yeah, plan is working so far. Ticks off the boxes, gets past the cart. He's got another at least 5 cars to do that in front of him.
Yep. And Benno is just about 25 seconds behind Anton Kankos, so that's definitely Kankos will be pitting out of his direction. It's about a 30 plus second pit stop from end to end.
Yeah, before. So he's currently looking at 5th or 4th position as the leader comes into the pits. Now this will be telling.
And Alfie directly behind him.
Right, where's Benno going to be filtering out in between all of this? I don't think he's going to get the lead. I'm 3rd and 4th also and 5th.
Everyone's diving into the pits. Also Scotty as well, P6. P7, everyone ahead of Benno is diving into the pits. If he manages to undercut everyone,
he's not going to be able to do the leaders, I don't think. He's going to give it a darn good go.
It's going to be very close. Johann's out.
The Johann will retain the lead.
Alfie comes out. Will retain P2.
Benno's flooring it.
I know, I thought Anton Kankos was about to make an amazing move.
Right, back to 4th.
He's right behind James Lapavo.
Indeed, Pavo gets the jump on him.
He's now got a lighter car and warm tyres, and everyone ahead of him is on those alternate softer tyres now.
Yep, absolutely. That'll be their final pit stop. 12 laps to go. It's all a question of how far can Axel get back up the field.
It is gonna be the big push time now. But he's not, even if he gets past James Lapavo, he's still going to be 10 seconds away from Alfie Bevan.
Yeah, so something needs to happen to the leaders for him to close in the top 2 positions, but P3 is just within his reach, but that gap is opening. 1.1, 1.2 now is the gap. 1.3. Those alternate tyres are now starting to come to life for Pavo.
They are indeed, and that will put to pay any chance of Benno getting past him.
Indeed. Oh, excuse me. Cool. So, closest battle we have at the minute is actually for 7th and 8th position, high on the back of Scotty for position. Our only liveried driver taking on my fellow commentator for the iRacing this season, Angela Scott, or Scotty as they're most affectionately known as, instead of their name, just them Scotty. We'll be looking to fight with him, but for now, staying put. Scott actually using the first push to pass of the race in P7.
He is. Well, now if you're going to use them, now's the time. You can just hammer them out now. It's going to be lap time you're gaining the whole way.
It is. I am very surprised, however, Alfie's still on 10 push to pass. One would question if he's got a button mapped for it or not.
You'd wonder, wouldn't you? I'm pretty sure we've seen him use them in previous weeks. But that said, he's closing up now.
It's 2.4 seconds. It's fluctuating. We'll keep an eye on that, as Scott now definitely using those the primary, should I say, to get ahead of Hein there. So we'll be happy with that. As I said with Pavo and Bennett as well, those alternate tyres now definitely looking like they're going to come to life.
They are going to, it's going to put them back to the combat, and that was near. Those laps were nearly identical there. 141.9 behind Karazak to 141.7 for Alfie.
Yeah. The gap is closing between the leaders, but not by enough. They'll need another at least 10th more of a second for Bevan to be in striking distance before the end of the race. 10 laps to go, 0.2 of a second. He's only going to be able to close that gap by 2 seconds. He's currently 2.4 seconds behind Karazak, so he needs to find out a little bit extra to be given a chance of getting close to challenge for the lead.
Johan desperately wants this win. He wasn't able to do the full season, missed an event midway through, and he's wanted those wins. He is, I believe, he is friends with Benno, but there's friends, and then there's
mortal enemies.
Yeah, then there's we want to beat each other.
Yes.
So he's definitely wanting to make those moves count.
Yeah, big time. So we'll see what he can do, and we'll see if he can get that gap closed, be even. But for now, staying around that 2.5 second mark. However, Neil really catching Bennett here now for position. The primary tyres being maybe slightly older than Ben Neil behind, and that's being able for them to close the gap within the 1 second. Now Silver also behind Ben Neil for 6th within that 1 second, and we'll be getting some form of slipstream or tow from the car ahead.
Yeah, Axel Benno is very much mired in the battles here. He's having to keep an eye on what's going on behind him, as well as keeping his head down to try and chase after James Lapavo ahead.
Yep, absolutely. So Silver on the push to pass to the attempt to close the gap to Ben Neil, as we were saying. Gap is closing, but that push to pass isn't really helping him because the car ahead of him with Ben Neil has got the slipstream from Benno. So that push to pass is being somewhat nullified for Zach Silver, as Neil's got an inert kind of push to pass in the form of a car punching a hole ahead of him.
Oh, he's showing a lot of grip. Those primaries have come in for Zach now, and he's able to start chasing, but Ben Neil on the push to pass to try and close down Axel Benno ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got 8 of those push to passes left. He's got plenty to use for this race.
Yeah, I think they're just going to start hammering their push to passes now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, as that cooldown does empty very quickly.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that's representative of when they're actually able to use their push to pass again.
Got you.
It might just be AC lying to us, which is,
it's also plausible. Yeah,
it's a thing.
It is, yes. But it is able to close the gap now, just over half a second to go through that fast right-hander. Bennett able to extend that gap as they go on to exit, but this fight's not over yet. This is pretty much best for the rest as it stands. Pavo in his own world a little bit there, between in a bit of an empty sandwich between Bevan and Bennett.
Oh, Neil closing up a lot under braking there. He has 4 attempts in it.
We'll jump on board.
See if he gets the push to pass on again here.
He's not.
Not yet. He might be waiting for a better opportunity. He's not quite close enough there, but he can close up through this couple of corners. Gets on the push to pass out the second right-hander.
Don't think it's going to quite make it work, unfortunately, down into turn 4.
Gained him a few hundredths, but Benno is just that quick.
I do wonder if he set his car up for the straight lines.
Might well be. It is open setups this season.
A little bit less wingage, but then hurts him in the corners and in the braking where Ben Neil is able to catch up, but enough straight line speed for Axel to defend.
Closed up in a big way there. It might be dirty air as well. He's getting into the aero wash of the car in front. But Zach Silver closing up on this fight.
Yes, indeed. I've noted that as well.
Much less in the way of push to pass, though, does Zach?
Yeah, 3-way battle for P4 is never going to be denied. We'd love to see it, as I said, Kawasaki could use a push to pass for no particular reason. I think he just wants to use them up before the end of the race to maintain that gap.
Yeah.
Personal best lap for Alfie Beaver, 141.6, but Kawasaki's time last time was 141.7.
1/10 in it. He's managing the gap again, is Johan. He's got it dialed in. He's responding to whenever Alfie puts the pressure on.
Just a little bit of a push to pass, just to keep myself ahead. 7 laps to go. And it is still up for grabs in the midfield. Axel Bennett, Neil, and Zach Silver all within 1 second of each other.
Yep, these three fighting hard. There's no pressure being given or taken here. They're going to just fight right to the end. And of course, why wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Right. Not good enough there for Neil to get closer to Bernard again, as they say in P5, but Zach Silver lurking in the background, waiting for something to happen, see if he can be opportunistic to try and get a move done. Beaven closes the gap to lead to 2.2 seconds now, but too little too late. He needs to be closing that gap a lot more quicker than he has been, and if Kawasaki can just maintain that, it'll be his race to lose.
Yep, he's running out of laps, is Alfie. This is our provisional AM champion trying to get the attack on our provisional pro and overall champion.
Yes.
It's Zach Silver on the attack round the outside of Neil there.
And that is
gets the move done before the corner, closes the door and takes P5 back from the AM leader here.
Yeah, Zach almost going a bit too deep and gave Neil the opportunity to go over-under, but it wasn't going to work there. Now, as Neil got on the push pass, he does it, but Zach Silver does in an act to try and defend from the car behind. And indeed, he's able to.
It gets the push to pass to try and both defend from Neil and close that gap a bit to the hard-charging Axel Beno up front.
Yeah, doing everything he can to sort of hold that 4th position. I don't think it's going to be much use in the end, as Neil now activates the push to pass in 6th position in an attempt to try and get back past Zach Silver, but he's way too far back to even contemplate a move up the inside. He's going to fill his ring mirrors up a little bit of a mind tactic potentially, but then rejoins the racing line and gets onto the brakes and says nope, I can't do anything there. Kanoji and Kankos quite close together. Kanoji on the push to pass as well for 9th and trying to take P8 out of Kankos' hands.
Yeah, that is the Peter and the AMs. That is a fight for very good positions within their own championship.
Kankos already going defensive. Kanoji tries to dart back to the inside but can't make it work over under for turn 4 here, and there's a little nudge on the back. But inside line for the next left-hander uphill, and as the camera's changed back to a more favourable viewpoint, Kanoji gets the move done.
Gets the turn in and gets the move done. Very good racing room given between these two. Kankos, I think, he's down to 1 push to pass. He's not got any left to really defend with.
No, exactly. So he'll just look to try to stick on the slipstream and maybe make a move towards the final few laps of this race. And did we only have 5 laps to go? We are on to lap 41 of 46. Kawasaki, Beaven, Pavo, Bello, Silver, Neil, Scott, Kanoji, Kankos, Hine, Wood, Beams, and sadly Ben Asker will be classified in 40th because the safety car has done more laps than him.
We didn't have to say that there. That was just mean.
that was you can't handle the truth anyway. That's an old movie. As you see this midfield battle.
Not that old, thank you very much. And I crumble into dust. But these guys are still fighting. Ben Neal has not given up on this fight with Zach Silver. He's still right behind the Linux Mint car there.
Yes, indeed. And will indeed try to make a move. I can't think of... I don't think he's going to be anywhere near Bennett for a position, but Neil in the background. Getting back onto the tower, as you mentioned, of Zach Silver for that 5th position. The closes and braking. That's a massive closing distance, but then when it gets onto acceleration, can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's a really good dialed in setup that Benno has there. It's he's very good behind in these high-speed cars. We'll see what he can do in something a bit slower next season, hopefully, if he chooses to come back.
Indeed, we shall see. The cars are going to lead this season, push past just because they can. 42.4 for him, 42.2 for Bevan. But as we said, I do believe it's just a little bit too late for Alfie to challenge for the lead. P2 is going to be the best he can ask for, unless Karolczak, for whatever reason, makes an involuntary mistake. And
he has managed that gap perfectly as Johan. It's been just in between 2 and 2.5 seconds for the last 6 or 7 laps, and there's not changed outside of that window.
No, exactly. So we'll see what he can do in terms of times, but we pretty much expect him, unless there's something drastically goes wrong, he will be looking to retain that lead and win the final race of this Assetto Corsa season here in Season 5.
But this is still the closest battle on track, is this triple threat fight for P4. With Ben Neal right on the back of Zach Silver, who's right on the back of Axel Benno.
Is indeed, and we'll continue to look for a move, but can't do anything about it. He thought about it there, that's for sure.
A big close up from Zach there. Much later on the brakes, felt confident enough to do it and get himself stopped. Through that, that's a wonderful shot through that bank turn there, isn't it? And then they are right on the back of each other going down. Zach is closing in the slipstream here. Goes to the outside, not quite close enough to do it.
Axel gives a little bit of a wiggle, saying, I know you're there, but I'm only going to give you 1 car's width.
Gave him exactly the amount he was expected to, and no more there.
No more and no less. Kanoji loses position to Kankos at 8th. And Kanoji dropped down to 9th, and I think that was a mistake from Kanoji, so that gap is immediately up to almost 3 seconds.
Oh, it's getting very tasty here. Zach is right on the back. He's out of push to passes, and Benno still has 8 with which to defend.
So that's going to hurt Zach big time, so he's going to have to rely on the aerodynamic capabilities of the car ahead of him, punching a hole in the air. But now look at Neil on the prow to try and collect the scraps. Slipstream, he's going to dart to the inside. No, it's better if it stays put. Zach locks the brakes a little bit, and will lose a bit of momentum, as we see in the message on top of the screen. Green flag until the end of the race. Safety car has been told to stand down. No more further race control. We do thank Rob Szymanski and Chris Overstreet for providing their services for race control this season, up and right up until this final race here of Season 5. And a gap for the
sterling job for the season. Gap for the lead has come down substantially. It's down to 1.5 seconds, and Alfie is within visual distance there. Still hasn't managed to figure out where his push to pass is.
No, he hasn't, has he? Zach Silver thinks about making a move up the inside. It's better if it Ben Neal on the background, also on push to pass. Looking to threaten as well.
Close up, he's not quite in the right place for it to get the best out of it, and it's ticked off before he's able to actually get anywhere close to making a move.
Karolczak using their last push to pass to try and create a gap to Alfie Beaver, who's closed that gap down by 1 second, down to 1.5, 1.6. As we stick with this midfield battle, and Silver darting left and right, up and down, side to side, trying to find any space he can to try and get past Axel here. Axel's making that Indycar as wide as a London bus, and just defending really well.
Absolutely, it is. He's had to absorb a lot of pressure here, has Benno. And neither of these two are giving up on it yet. That's a move up the inside, a little front wing to rear tyre there. We've seen that go right. Thankfully, there is no damage for these cars at the moment in this race.
Absolutely, so we'll get away with that one, will Zach? And lives to fight another day, however, is a move up the inside from Zach. There's contact!
There is big contact, and that's Ben Neal rises to fight and looks on the inside of Zach
sucks at the
Silver.
moment.
He drifts, and that loses out and off into the gravel. Loses to Angela Scott as well.
And now Ben Neal is now looking the one that's racy past, getting past Silver's calamitous exit from this race, with now going on to the penultimate lap. And it's now Neal to try and get past Benno.
He's closing up as well. And actually, he's closing up in a big way. I wonder if Benno's tyres have gone off on him.
You do,
Well, he
wonder.
also pitted earlier. He might be having to conserve his fuel for this last couple of laps.
Oh.
He is. He's lifting and coasting.
Oh.
He is having to fuel save to get to the end of this race.
Eek.
That's a big lift and coast as well.
Right. So.
There's only so many places you can do that round this
Exactly.
track.
That's what I'm thinking. Down into turn 4 here, but you'll compromise yourself up on the inside. You allow yourself someone to make a move. It'll be turn 1 as well, and they potentially penultimate turns.
That's Ben. He wants this spot. This is the champion-elect versus champion-elect here. He wants to put his stamp on this final race of the season by overtaking the newly crowned overall champion.
Indeed, he does it. Pardon me, excuse me. As I had a massive sneeze. As again, yes, Neil wanted just to be a bit of authority. Getting past Benno here will be an absolute joy from this final race as we are going on to the final lap. Karasek comes to the line. It's going to be the last flying lap and the last lap of this season for AC.
Is indeed. Bless you.
Thank you.
And Johan goes on to his final lap, but this fight continues. Ben Neal closing up massively in the braking zones. Clearly has. That would explain why Axel Benno has not used any of his push-to-passes. He can't afford to. It will increases your fuel usage.
Closing on Benno's closing on Pavo as well.
I wonder if there's a little bit of fuel saving going on there as well. Let's have a look on Pav's car as it comes.
Couple of back markers now ahead of Ben Neal and Benno here. They're also fighting for positions, wooden beams.
No rear fuel saving from James Lapavo.
And this is going to compromise Axel here as well. I do wonder, however, if he got slowed by the traffic as well, just like Axel was here. This might be saving grace for him.
He had a little bit of a better run out the corners, but they've got Alex Wood in now as will be getting the blue flags. He's not expected to leap out of their way.
It isn't, no, but
he shouldn't. He also shouldn't be making it too hard for them or defending.
Well,
so we'll see.
What we will say very quickly, however, it is Karasek that takes the final win for Season 5.
Followed by Alfie Bevan just a couple of seconds behind.
Indeed, it's Pavo for third. Oh, I was going to sneeze again. But it is going to be the last lap battle for O'Neill.
It will be Axel who uses one of his push-to-passes just to finish the race off. Comes across the line. Immediately his engine cuts across the line now. I don't know whether he's let off or whether he's out of fuel.
But potentially Kanoji's had an issue. Kanoji's out of fuel.
Oh no, Jatin. Oh, that's so, but he will retain position.
He will. He has lost position to Hein. So it will be Kanoji P10. And a free position for Jacob.
Yep, comes across the line in P9.
Yep, and Kanoji's crawling.
he's not got enough. He's not going to have anywhere near enough momentum to get him.
No, that's it. He stopped. Oh dear. And has returned to the pits, and that is his race done and dusted.
Yep, and that was 45 racing laps of Road America. James Lapavo doing some donuts for us.
Indeed, he is.
I was kind of hoping that Axel Renault has enough fuel to do some, because he richly deserves some after the championship performance he's put in this season.
Nope, he stopped on circuit. He's dead out of fuel now.
He's in neutral, yeah. I think he's definitely out of fuel.
I would like to do so as well. Ben also did some donuts for us as well. Thank you very much, Ben. Much appreciated. There's a lot of tyre burning and burnouts there for Jays in the background. It is. Is that going to be Hound going back round to help? I don't know. Cano's going back to the pits. Oh, he's classified as 10th as a DNF. I do wonder if Jacob heard the cries of Kanoji saying, I'm out of fuel. He's going to go try and help him, but just to find that he's not there anymore, he's returned to the pits.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh dear Lord. Oh. And that, folks, is that done and dusted for season 5.
Yep. Thoroughly entertaining season. These guys raced from the first lap to the last. It wasn't the biggest field we ever had, but by God, they put some good racing in to make up for it.
Oh, they did indeed. Absolutely. Just to note, the next season's sign-ups is available for early access, so if you are part of our Patreon or have an early access membership, you will have sign-ups available for you as the sessions are not listed on SimGrid as of yet, but early access people, get your sign-ups on. You have access. Season 6 will be launched in the next coming days, after our early access period has gone and passed for our supporters who very kindly give us some pennies for the community through Patreon. We will, however, say thank you, AC, for that would be the final race of this season. Ben, plans for the next season?
Plans for next season? Yes, we are going back to some roots, sprint racing. The full details will be released tomorrow, but we will be going to the Audi TT Cup car on a variety of different fun circuits. So it's going to be good fun, pushed past touring cars. So it's very much my kind of thing, to be honest.
Very nice indeed. Not everything is done for oNiD quite yet. We said it's the last week. We do have 3 more streams for you this week. Tomorrow we'll be going to the Hound Academy, their final round, which will be at I should know, there's some racing in it. I need to practice the circuit. We're going to Ben, where is it?
Tomorrow is Le Mans.
It is Le Mans. Oh boy. Send a prayer for me in that Ferrari. That has no straight line speed whatsoever.
I'm definitely not going to be saying a prayer for you because I'm in the same race as you. We're both in the GT3s. I'll be hoping for things to go badly for you.
Oh, that's just antisocial.
Yes.
Thursday we'll be back with our final round of the Super Formula Lights, and we will be going to somewhere in the world of iRacing for the final week. And Sunday is the Sunday weekend GT3 Championship, and yeah, they'll be racing somewhere in the I should really know where we're racing for these events, Ben, shouldn't I? I really should.
Generally, yes, it's considered a thing.
It is considered a thing. It's just call it commentators' laziness. Anyway, a full week worth of racing for the final time for this week of season 6. We'll go after a break week then. We'll be back for. Sorry, I'll say that again. It will be one more week of racing for season 5 up until Sunday night. We'll take a break and it'll be season 6, which will be jam-packed full of new racing, new leagues, and maybe a return to an old sim. Who knows? Folks, stay tuned and be ready for tomorrow's stream, led by Dave and Tyler. They'll be taking you through all the action. Until then, Oh, it's not all of a sudden. I'm so sorry, folks. It's been Aidan and Ben in the comments booth bringing you this AC Indycar Championship for a second course on a Tuesday night. It has been a pleasure, and Ben, I'd like to thank you as well for your co-commentary, even though you're still slightly ill tonight. I do
Always a pleasure.
massively appreciate it, even if it means I get berated by you on a daily basis, but that's fine. So we'll see you very, very soon. As I said, stream tomorrow. Get yourself logged on, have a watch at the mine and Ben's demise on the GT3 cars at Le Mans. But yeah, as always, SimGrid's the place to be for all our events. Keep an eye out open for Season 6 to be announced soon on our Discord server. Join our Discord server as well, discord.gg/oNiD Community Racing. That will take you to the Discord, and come and say hi, come and pester us. We'll be happy to have you. Until next time, folks, have a wonderful evening. And we will see you all very, very soon.